fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What people do eat no money, what people at you, it no at you. COVID money, miss away in the your little rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste for most mantis statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the skin from money, girl, and say that is not you. One day the man above end up, him a got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly well like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth them rap and they down in our fever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me.
Stibby-dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good evening from London and welcome to Global TV's It Is the People's Point of View. Welcome to Juliet Wholeness, Dirt Holes and Mud Tracks. Good evening and welcome aboard, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, subscribers, viewers and trolls, commenters, good evening and welcome. Natalia Freeman, good evening. Veteran, good evening. Agency Driver 5, Marcia Thomas, Janet Riley, good evening all. Real sweet, good evening. Debbie Jervis, who else? Sunshine, good evening. Elaine Turner, Sheena Kelly, EM, Marcia Thomas. Like and share the live, please. Shadi Aris Ubin, Cousin Jay, how you doing? Real sweet, Monica Wills, Pamela Akola, Ralston Henry, Ruby, Brenda, Nan, Gloria, Winston. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Like and share the live, please. We have a few things to discuss. Keith Salmon, but the fraudster is under the probe tonight. The fraudster, Matthew Samuda, is under the probe tonight. And somebody, Matt, the Prime Minister, the EOJ, the Ombudsman. Somebody will have to answer to this allegation. Somebody. Or you come out and let us know that it's fake news. If it's not fake news, Kate M., how are you? Then somebody must respond to the allegation made by Dr. Simpson. Drive carefully, Pam. Somebody must respond to the allegation. But to Juliet Wholeness, these dirt holes and mud tracks, my dear, they require urgent attention. Lilith Lockerbie. These dirt holes and mud tracks, and of your constituency alone, have them the Red Cross Jamaica. But as you can see, Miss Wholeness, bros, how are you? These dirt roads and mud tracks require urgent attention because there is a upper St. Andrew and there is a lower St. Andrew. You understand? There is a upper St. Andrew and a lower St. Andrew. Don't tell we say them there. Tell we say them come. Tell we say them come, but tell we how much of them. How much of them is the whole that is much more important. And that we want here. How much of them come? Because we still depend the upper percent going in. Don't know me can't call number. 94.6% of people a JPS customer was back on as of the 16th of July. But you don't know me can't count. When I use these number at all time to windle way around. But we're not on long part tonight. We're just a highlight, and make we wait to Matt. And we make Juliet know so the people at my Mavis Bank need assistance. The people at Mavis Bank need assistance. Who will we take on first? The 2 JLP criminal or the JLP organization? Who do we take on first? Fatal clash. Something don't sound right about this incident at Halfway Tree police station. Quite much phony as Donald Trump's attempt assassination when one listens to the story. But we are going to listen to Twiddly-Dum and Twiddly-Dee first. Then after we listen to Twiddly-Dum and Twiddly-Dee, we come back, come tell on about police business, badman business, politician business, and Donman business. Like and share the live. We're going into Tivoli Gardens tonight. We tonight are bulletproofing ourselves, and we're heading right into Tivoli Gardens. Hello to the Cooks. Good evening and welcome. Thank you for. I wonder if Dudas is able to listen to us tonight. Bruce Golden, Siaga Dead, Andrew. The whole apparatus of you. We are going to Tivoli Gardens tonight.
So what we know is that sometime after 5, about 5:45, there was a very unfortunate incident here at the Halfway Tree police station. What we know as a fact is that Detective Sergeant was in the process of transporting a businessman from the court because he was attending court on a matter. taking him to his office. Sometime during the journey from the court to his office, he attacked the detective sergeant. A tussle ensued. During the tussle, another police officer saw what was happening and intervened. During that process, the businessman pulled the firearm from the officer and he immediately fired a shot. Sergeant was hit. And understand that the businessman then turned the firearm at himself. They were both taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. As it relates to the identity of the officer, we cannot officially name him at this point because our chief chaplain, along with the chaplaincy team, they are trying to make contact with the family. And the last time I spoke with him, they are not yet officially informed. So as soon as they're informed, we'll be able to give his identity afterwards. As it relates to the businessman, we can name him because the unfortunate thing is that his family was at the station at the time of the incident. And he has been identified as Dian Singh. He's a businessman that is well known, Dian Singh Auto. So that is what we are able to share at this time. And just to say that we have here a number of persons who are supporting the police officers here. It's a very unfortunate information. We have the leadership of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and we have various stakeholders just supporting. And also our minister came to lend some support to the police officers here. So as you would be aware, it's a very emotional situation right now. You know, we all know the detective sergeant is 47 years old, a veteran detective in the Jamaica Constabulary Force for many years, very hardworking, and we never anticipated anything like this, so we are treated with it emotionally. Indicom was informed. We also have the Inspector General that's here because it was a shooting incident, so it warrants an investigation. So that's about what we know just now and can share. I think based on we're going to be looking at some other information because we understand that one officer may have fired, but we are now going to have to look at some other things to see and see what the investigation will prove. But we understand at least one officer may have fired after they heard fire explosions, etc.
So what were the circumstances under which he was being taken from court to his office by the police?
All right, so what we know that he was before the court on some fraud-related matter. Whilst at court, a fresh report came to the detective, and at the end of the session, he was offered bail. He was in the process of continuing that investigation, taking him to his office when the unfortunate incident happened.
So can you say what led to the incident at all?
Certainly not. We just know that he just attacked the officer, slammed the officer, and shot. No, there were no other injuries reported.
I understand his wife was also charged as well. Can you speak to that?
I'm not sure. I would have to speak to the investigators. That was not part of my brief.
Okay.
A tragic situation, a very traumatic situation. I was a bit aware of it that we have lost another active officer on police property. I thought it would be wise to come here and show my support and give some more support to the men here. Happening on the compound of the police station makes it a very bizarre incident, and certainly I said that it's traumatic and the men here will work. He was at work. When the police officers go on an operation, I can understand that you don't expect it to happen, but you can, as you say, wrap your head around it that something happened and the police officer gets shot. But to be shot on property just conducting routine activity is a very, very traumatic and bizarre activity. The police deserve all the support and understanding we can have in a state like this to see a colleague who's like that. A very capable young colleague, sergeant of police in CIB, hard-working officer, and we'll have to lost his life. It's very tragic here.
It depends. They are usually uncuffed.
So in these circumstances, can you say whether or not this individual was handcuffed? Why? I guess he was not.
He was not handcuffed, and the investigation will probably provide some more information. But based on what we saw and we heard, he was not handcuffed at the time. To do the investigation, and then based on the findings, then we can start making decisions and recommendations. So right now, we just have to rely on what the investigation will unfold, other than what we know.
Me say me born big, Me ban old. Me ban fool. Cause I have this so. Me ban big. Me ban old. Me ban fool. I wonder if the family have a story. I wonder if the family have another side to the story. I wonder if in the altercation, Dion Singh really shot the sergeant. Or was the sergeant shot by mistake by his colleague? And did Dion Singh really turn the gun on himself? Or Dion was assassinated? Those are questions. Those are questions. Because we ban big, we ban old, and we ban fool. But as phony as Donald Trump assassination attempt sounds, this even, don't worry about the handcuff, Kevin. No. Tivoli bad man don't get handcuffed. Want to no Jamaicans wake up. Handcuff which Tivoli bad man. We ban big, we ban old, and we ban fool. I wonder who sent for Dion. I wonder who said it is time to take Dion off the street. Because I know today, JLP have Dion Agwan. So, is it JLP? I don't know Dion Agwan. So, long Aba time. Is it not? Good evening, Dodos. How close are you to Dion? How close is Liberty to Dion? Who protects Dion and give Dion coverage? It is said that Dion is protected and given coverage in his fraudulent behavior and his violent pursuit by the Jamaica Labour Party and by the Cokes family. Did Dion really shot the sergeant? Me no business in a dog fight. Me do business in a dog fight. If two fraudsters, if two criminals are at it, me no business with the two of them. Me no have sympathy for waste. A two criminal war. Why are they? Why are both of them fraudsters? Of course, Dion Singh is a well-known fraudster. Dion will bring a used car into the important used car into the country. And by the time the used car gets into the country, 10 people owns it. It has already been sold to 10 people. Dion Singh will collect money from 10 people for one car. And if one out of the 10 get the car from Dion Singh, then 9 are going to walk up in a Dion gun or Dion bad man them. No so it go. Horace Chang and Andrew Holness. No so it go. I want to know bad man from long time. One or no Tivoli bad man. Why you think they couldn't Sergeant can't handcuff them man they're Tivoli bad man. Sergeant can't handcuff Tivoli bad man. JLP police can't handcuff Dodos clan them. I want to know. A bad man, businessman, aligned with government and friendly with politicians. But the sergeant is no better himself, is he? If Dion killed the sergeant, I wonder why Dion would want to kill the sergeant. I wonder what sort of investigation would have warranted Desmond Mackenzie, foot soldier. I wonder what sort of investigation would have warranted Dion Singh to have turned so violent and deadly. I wonder what could it be. I wonder if because they know that a fraudster, a JCF fraudster, is going after a JLP fraudster. I wonder if Dion think that was unfair and unethical for a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, which is a fraudster, arresting a businessman connected to the JLP, foot soldier of the Minister of Local Government. I wonder. But it is said that Sergeant Oopsie Daisy here is dating a Chinese woman. The Chinese woman, it is said, has a business. Allow the dodgy sergeant to put business extension on her property. No, this dodgy sergeant, as early as last month, was in court with the Chinese lady because he's hell-bent and sweeping the entire property from under her feet. I wonder what could have sparked if Dion Singh shot the crooked sergeant. If the businessman, the JLP aligned businessman car dealership, who if import one car sold to 10 people, I wonder why Dion would have gone so deadly and violent on the sergeant. How untrained was the assistant police officer that you would have approached such an altercation? But then again, we know so them not trained anyway. I probably all one of the one them were born in a pampas and push chair. The story is phony. If the family has a side to the story, I would really want to hear it. And the Tivoli people, them not afraid of police. So if there's another side, sorry, we're going to hear it. The story not plausible. The police boy is not clean neither. He's a criminal. He's a fraudster. Him not better than Dion Singh. The all of them into the same JLP criminal organization. Anytime when you see Horace Chang run so quick, you know say Horace Chang doppel them run go fi pick up the sacrifice blood. When I remember when Horace Chang get Kevin fi cut the people them throat down a Montego Bay, within hours Horace Chang was unseen at Kevin church. Come like you don't remember. Follow Chang and him dopey them and the blood where they dopey them and drink follow him. I wonder if a sacrifice going up a halfway cheap police station. But if it's be the side of this story, I go coming like, hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. You know, sense of Fitzbailey's story, them go. For Fitzbailey's story, maybe they long out the story till September. I remember say Fitz only have 2 more months or so. Fitz have about 2 more months left. So they may whittle and waddle or put him in a back room till him gone. But you know, if Fitzbailey come out, it's going to be a hey diddle diddle galangin. So the police boy are not clean neither. All of them are criminal. It's the same JLP criminal organization. None of them no better than Tedder. So me now go cry over spoiled milk. Constant Spring Police Station and Halfway Tree Police Station, Olympic Gardens Police Station, Hunts Bay Police Station. They are criminal organizations. Not only them, but in other surrounding there, in a Kingston and St. Andrew. They are criminal organizations. JCF now have no independency. Them run by badman and badman politician and take orders from politician and badman and badman were aligned to politician. That's why crime can never be solved in Jamaica. Because all of those in the top tier are the crooks. The politician, the businessman, and the gangsters, the police, all of them are rolled together. All of them are friends. The whole of these people and they and Singh been friends for years. Bruce Golding, Desmond McKenzie, and the whole of them. It's a criminal organization. Denham Town and Kingston Central. Well, you can't tell from Denham Town because Denham Town, there's always a battle there. You can't go Denham Town, go count gunshot man for them walls here, you're tired. So that's always terrible. I never know about Kingston Central, but then one day, but most police stations across Jamaica, to be honest, are criminal organizations, if not all of them. But crime go hard to clean up in a Jamaica. With this set of politician, businessman, police, and dons where we have, crime go hard to clean up in a Jamaica. Unless it's a concerted effort by the whole of we Jamaicans. But those are at the top, which we think say, are them to clear up the system. Are them are the rotten fish head, you know. Them four set there. The politician, the businessman, the police, and the dons. Those are the rotten fish head of Jamaican society. Jamaica is an unbalanced society. Them have to scrutinize you before them attend to you. Them not attend to you as Jamaican or as a human. Them attend to you based on affiliations. And I saw the rescue effort for burial is going across the country. That is how the rescue effort for burial is going on across the country. You're being favoritized based on your affiliation, or you're being ostracized based on your affiliation. I saw it go on. I saw Jamaica set. Uptown, downtown, upper St. Andrew, lower St. Andrew. Yeah. But we want it so. And it will get worse if we continue to leave it to them. The JLP criminal. There is an unfolding crime that we have been learned about, unfolding in the Jamaica Labour Party. It might be wide scale across our entire politics, because it's one for one and all, one for all. But Matthew Samuda, Senator, the Honorable Matthew Samuda, Minister of Water, Minister of Dirty Water, or Minister of Dry Pipe, has been caught red-handed. As I put it, political gerrymandering. Because them can't do the boundary shifting, they do the electorate shifting. In my view, it's still a form of gerrymandering in order to have more dominant vote in a particular area. I wonder how much people, little Matt, would have bailed into the constituency to register at the scrutineer or any other JLP member's address in order to tilt the voting power of that constituency in his favor, which in my view is a form of gerrymandering. We're going to follow the tracks of Little Matt lies. A whole heap of lie, Little Matt tell. Let's start from Matt and water.
Minister Samuda, I want to have a conversation with you. You're in charge of water. You're the big man. And you're a senior cabinet minister in the Jamaica Labour Party government. You're a senior cabinet minister. So you have a lot of power. But I want to have a conversation with you. You flew into Negril a couple of weeks ago on a helicopter. And you met with the stakeholders and you made some promises. The stakeholders found out that there are some inconsistencies in your statement and in your commitment. And they questioned some things while you were here, before you went back on the helicopter. One of the things they questioned was when it's alleged that when they ask you the question, where is this mega hotel getting their water from to build? You said from the sea, reverse osmosis. Now, me and you know that this hotel have a NWC connection over there. We know that. All right? So skip that. So they questioned that inconsistency. The second one, the question was that you said to them the pipeline from Rowan River into Negril is a priority for the government. And it will be completed in 2 to 5 years. But it's a priority. It's a number one priority. One of the number one priority in Western Jamaica. But you came back a couple of days ago and you said you're starting from Martha Bray in Trelawney to St. James. And then from there on, you will then take it to Lucy into Negril. No, second inconsistency in your statement. Or should I say your announcement. So Minister, the people them get together, right? Because they have a lobby group in Negril. They get together and they did a YouTube video. And while they're doing that YouTube video, they pointed out some of these inconsistencies. Because they're frustrated they don't have water and they need it. DJ Amber, and let me say that I hope at the end of this conversation, everybody will feel irie. I hope at the end of this conversation, everybody will...
I'm going to stop this and I'm going to move over to Amber first because I think it's better explained when we move over to a broadcast that was done by Negril Times.
As the water woes continue to affect communities such as West End in the resort town of Negril, Green Island, Orange Bay, and a slew of other communities, concerns are being raised over statements made by a minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Samuda, that the 2,000-room Princess Hotel in Green Island is using desalination or reverse osmosis as its primary water supply source. During a meeting held in Negril at the Swept Away Hotel in Negril on Thursday, April 4, environmentalist and founder of Let's Make Negril Awesome, Lambert Williams, asked Minister Samuda whether or not the water demands of Princess Hotel, which is set to open in June, is pulling water away from the communities served by the Logwood treatment plant.
The biggest bone of contention in this community is how the government has taken away our water supply and gone and laid the princess in Green Island. So if that is so, I have no evidence. Please, sir, the people are explaining the residents and the communities and the verge of some serious demonstration.
During the exchange, Minister Samuda had told Mr. Williams that the Princess Hotel was using reverse osmosis or desalination as its primary water source.
Their development program is based on reverse osmosis in the desalination. The very first way that according to the portfolio the primary source of water supply for the massive development is desalination.
However, residents of Negril have been questioning the veracity of Minister Samuda's claims, among them celebrity radio disc jockey and event promoter Amber Crowell.
I was reliably informed by members of the Negril Chamber of Commerce and other persons in the community that Minister Samuda attended a closed-door meeting in Negril where the media was not allowed in the meeting. The media showed up and the minister asked for them to stay outside. However, what happened in the meeting was very displeasing to those who attended, who it mattered to, because some people in matter in them, all right, them have water, them have hot water, them have pressure in them pipe, so them good. So that meeting was held. In that meeting, some very important things came out. One, the minister alleges that the Princess Hotel, which is being built in Green Island, is using reverse osmosis for the construction. So our question now to the minister is, since you allege this, come and tell the public, Minister Samuda, where the water that the Princess Hotel is using for reverse osmosis is coming from. Is it the swamps nearby or is it the sea? Because in order to do reverse osmosis, you need a source, you need a water. Even if it's dirty water with mud in there, you must have the water first before you can actually perform that process. So that's one claim that we're asking on behalf of the community of Negril, the minister to clarify where the water is coming from, because the people suspect that the water is actually coming from the Logwood plant, which is supposed to serve the community. And that is why the people of Hanover and Negril do not have water in their pipes. Minister Bartlett, you've been doing so well and we've seen you on many platforms. Speaking of how well tourism is doing, this water issue requires Minister Bartlett's attention too, because your ministry going to suffer. Let us now clarify if Princess Hotel, which is building a 3,000-room hotel, is using reverse osmosis, so we can rule that out. If they are not, then it simply means that they're on the people water source and they need to come off. Let the government who give them authority and permission to build that big old hotel up at Green Island find water source give them. Because them literally would be robbing the people of water if it is so that they are on the NWC system. You cannot put such a big development on a system which is already burdened and the citizens not getting water and think that things are going to be business as usual. That is not how you develop a country.
When the Negril Times checked with the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, an official from the Applications Processing Branch revealed that while the Princess Hotel had indeed submitted an application for a reverse osmosis desalination plant, the application is still being processed and a decision has not yet been on whether to approve or refuse it. The Logwood treatment plant, which is located a few miles away from the hotel site, is expected to supply Princess Hotel with approximately 800,000 gallons of potable water daily. During the public presentation on the environmental impact assessment for the Princess Hotel development, which was held at the Green Island High School in Hanover on Thursday, March 5, 2020, concerns had been raised over water strain and potential shortages due to the hotel's massive water needs. Some residents and hoteliers had feared this would strain the Logwood water supply system and deprive Negril, Lucy, and surrounding communities of potable water. In addition to 2,034 rooms, the Spanish-owned Princess Hotel will feature 14 overwater sea rooms and a casino. The hotel is also expected to have a laundry which operates for 16 hours per day. However, amidst the concerns, the Princess Hotel developers outlined during the environmental impact assessment presentation that a water storage tank that will hold 3 times the demands for the total 2,034 rooms would be built to meet the needs of drinking water and firefighting. They also stated that at a later date, they would make an application to allow them to drill a well on the property, which would be capable of providing water through reverse osmosis using the underground brackish water. The verbatim notes of Princess Hotel's public presentation revealed that numerous concerns were raised by members of the Negril Chamber of Commerce and other residents of the resort town, who had called for the requisite additional infrastructure for water to be put in before approval for construction of the hotel was given. Former president of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, Richard Wallace, had raised concerns that Negril's West End was already suffering from chronic water shortage, which could be exacerbated by the construction of the Princess Hotel. However, in response, Dr. Carlton Campbell of CL Environmental Company, who led the presentation on Princess Hotel's behalf, had said the resort would be looking at reverse osmosis as a backup to the NWC's water supply. Dr. Campbell had also said that some of these studies, including ground modeling and water modeling and stuff, had already been conducted. He had stated, quote, "What is left to be done is to test wells to see, but we are on our way because as a Jamaican, I know NWC will always say that they have water and thing, and time come, you have an issue. So the client has graciously said, yes, let us look at the osmosis and reverse osmosis. And I must say, the hoteliers will know reverse osmosis is actually cheaper than NWC for a big hotel. Now, NWC don't like that because they lose business. But the truth of the matter is reverse osmosis is cheaper in terms."
So you see that them are used with all sorts of criminal organizations. So you understand the issue there. So we're going to continue now to listen to Ian Hills before we go over to voting fraud. But I think you asked this question this morning, Christopher. You sure you want me to answer this question? And his ilk from the past. You sure make a break from the past? Are you sure, before I answer that question, are you sure you want me to answer? Let's continue now, listen to Ian Hills.
They pointed out some of these inconsistencies because they're frustrated they don't have water and they need it. DJ Amber, and let me say that I hope at the end of this conversation, everybody will feel irie. I hope at the end of this conversation, everybody will feel irie because justice would have been served. So here we go again. So they did a YouTube video, and in that video, they pointed out some of these inconsistencies. And they were critical of you. DJ Amber, who is from Westmoreland, works at a radio station on the North Coast, was taken off the radio and suspended because somebody made a call. And Minister, why you look in the mirror now, because it seems like if you criticize this government, you either end up in prison, you're victimized, 2, or 3, you're in the private sector, so now you start losing your job. Now, Minister, let me say something to you. It is also said and alleged that you threatened to sue the same radio station. So you come down hard on the radio station because nobody is supposed to criticize you. Minister, it is wrong. Absolute power corrupts. Now, if she's from Westmoreland and her family is down here suffering from water, not having water like the rest of us, and she got involved as a citizen, as a private citizen, to lobby and to serve notice to government that it won't be business as usual. They're going to stand up for their right as citizens of this country. And to be threatened with lawsuit, to be suspended from the station because somebody made that complaint. I want to ask you to the minister. I want you to come out and tell the Jamaican people that you didn't make that call to the radio station. And I want you also come out and tell the people of this country that you didn't threaten to sue the radio station. And further to that, I want you to come out and say you didn't make some calls to squeeze this private citizen. I want you to do that. But you know, let me tell you something about being the minister of water. You have to get down off your high horse at times. And you have to go look what the people are doing in the ministry. And you have to know your job. You have to know your work. But you must know that with this awesome responsibility and this awesome power that is in your hand. And I said power. You have to take some criticism. You have to take criticism. Because Jamaicans want to speak, you know, and they want to criticize, and it's their right to criticize their government. But in so criticizing your government, you should not be arrested. You should lose your job, and you should not be victimized. Because that position that you have is given to you by the people. And it can be, and it will be taken away from you by the people. So I hope when everything is said and done, all of us will feel irie. And all of us will feel justice, that justice would have been served. And DJ Amber returns to her rightful place in terms of lobbying on behalf of the people of this country. Back on that radio station, it is just the right thing to do.
Hey. Do you know who fund and who are one of the main backers behind Alfred Dawes? Do you think Alfred Dawes has really broken rank from the old ilk of the People's National Party? Do you really think so? I just leave that as a question. Do you know who fund Alfred Dawes and who is one of the financial backer behind Alfred Dawes? Some research for you. And everybody name me, I go call upon you. I want to walk on the road in a peace just like everybody. Hey, hallelujah. Want to walk in a peace, oh. But now we are learning that the crime of Matthew Samuda is even greater. Greater. Election fraud. Electoral fraud. Doing illicit things to become the nominated candidate for that constituency come the next election, to go into your House of Representatives. And this little lying white boy from London would want to come and legislate for you, possible, become a prime minister for your country. this little lying, scamming, fraudulent boy from London. I wonder if his whiteness matters. The way Mark Golding whiteness matters. The way Mark Golding heritage matters. The way Mark Golding slave ancestry matters. The way Mark Golding alignment to the crown matters. The way Mark Golding loyalty matters. I wonder, only just wondering, if it matters too when it comes to the little London boy. Just wondering. Because you know, sometimes we see things and sometimes we don't see. Hey, there's a reason why God made night without mote. And if night, hey, Jesus, tonight, if night choose figure to engrave with the things them where him see and don't talk them, and everything when night know me I go walk and talk. Just like how night decide say, you know what? Me see, me hear, me know who, but me I go me grave with it. There is a reason why God made night with eyes and ears, but no mouth. No, we wouldn't have secret. Me say, if night did make with mouth, night only have eye and ears here. So eye and ears night have. But somebody must respond to the latest crime of this criminal. Whether it be the Prime Minister, whether it be the Jamaica Labour Party executive, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, the political ombudsman. Let's look into Matt's latest crime.
Brian Simpson, and I'm the representative for the People's National Party for Northeast St. Anne for Member of Parliament. Today, I'm making this video to expose a matter of grave illegality and deception and dishonesty on the part of the representative for the Jamaica Labour Party, Mr. Matthew Samuda. Mr. Samuda has attempted to transfer his vote from wherever it is. We know that Mr. Samuda does not live in Northeast St. Anne. However, he has attempted to transfer his vote here in the constituency of Northeast St. Anne. The issue at hand, as I was informed by our scrutineer who has gone on the team to verify him some time ago, along with the representative for the Jamaica Labour Party and the verifiers of the EOJ, is that Mr. Samuda has attempted to deceive the Electoral Office of Jamaica by giving an address that is known not to be his home address in Northeast St. Anne. In fact, I've been reliably informed that when Mr. Samuda is here in the parish of St. Anne, that the apartment in which he stays is not even in Northeast St. Anne. In fact, his apartment is in one of the popular developments in Northwest St. Anne, one of the popular gated communities. So he does not have a residence in Northeast St. Anne, but rather in Northwest St. Anne or in Kingston, where he lives. However, the address he gave was an address in Fern Grove in Otrias. I've had a chance of visiting that address myself, along with the scrutineer, to see exactly the place that he said he lives. As it turned out, this address belongs to the scrutineer of the Jamaica Labour Party. So Mr. Samuda has given as his home address in Northeast St. Anne the address of the Jamaica Labour Party's scrutineer. This is the same scrutineer that would have come and verified me when I transferred my vote from my home constituency of Matney in Southeast St. Anne to here, Northeast St. Anne. Now, he has given to the EOJ the address of this JLP scrutineer and said that this is his address. It's false. It's illegal. It's dishonest, and it's a deception. And I'm exposing it. I'm calling it out because Mr. Samuda is a lawmaker. He's not even an aspiring lawmaker. He is a sitting senator, and a sitting senator is a lawmaker, a legislator. And we are doing everything we can to stem the tide of electoral fraud, and to know that now Mr. Samuda is actually himself practicing electoral fraud is a matter of grave concern for the people of Jamaica, who already were embroiled in this, grave matters of corruptions in government. I want to share with you the video. My scrutineer and I, we went to visit the address. So take a look at this video for yourself. All right. So it's through this lane. So this is a lane where Mr. Matthew Samuda said he lives. Wow. This house here? Mm-hmm. So this is the house right here. So he said he lives here. Right here, that's the house.
Them full of Jamaica. Why not live them?
This is where they want to say the candidate for the Jamaica Labour Party lives. And this is the house you came. So look here, Ricardo. You're saying you know the person who live here?
Yeah, I know her. I know her.
You know her very good?
Yeah.
And
no, Bernie, when me and him come verify, you don't know.
Oh, that's the girl.
Yeah.
That's where. Oh, so it's a verify. It's a scrutineer house. Him giving us his address. Because I know her. Was she named Vern, right?
Vern.
Another issue that I would also like to raise as it relates to the EOJ and allegations that the EOJ might be giving special treatment to Mr. Samuda where this is concerned. And by that I mean the same scrutineer has expressed to me that Mr. Samuda would have received up to 6 visits from the EOJ in its attempt to verify him.
About 6 visits in there.
6? No, that's not true. Don't please don't lie.
3 times when we come in there.
You came 3 times.
3 times when we come in over there.
Mm-hmm.
And the 4th time when he, I don't know who called him when she come.
Mm-hmm.
That is the Tuesday.
You have your papers in too?
If Matthew Samuda does not in England, he got prison. And banned from entering election.
So you're saying the EOJ came here at least 6 times to visit Mr.
He can't even do this in a
Ricardo, I'm going to put this out publicly so I know I embellish the story.
First time when he came, he wasn't here. One next
and you didn't come? Wasn't there?
Me there.
Okay, so
first time. Right, that's how we come and verify one of them.
Okay.
2 of them.
Two
of them on
people.
the paper.
Okay, him and another person. Not related though?
No.
Okay. So you came the first time with them, but he wasn't here?
Yeah, he wasn't here. And the second time, that I 3 times when me never come. The second time, the 4th time here, the 11th time here, and the 18th time here.
Those are the 3 times?
That I 3 times.
Where you were never there?
When me never there. And the 4th time now, that I just body here. Then come back, the paper come back. Then carry back the paper. I'm not signing.
Okay, so they give him a 4th visit.
Yeah.
Where you said 6, so a 4.
A 5 time that.
Count how much date they say you count?
No, this a data. My mind on my set yesterday then come before. When me verify one of them, it's 2 paper upon one.
Okay, so they came, that's 1 time.
Yeah. And then now we come back again. He weren't here.
That's 2 times.
2. And the other 3 time now. Where then come back. When they call me, I got a doctor.
Are you sure they came to verify him as well?
And then come to verify him, cause the paper signed. I don't know if I first time after me never come, then come and sign the paper. But the last visit, when me come, him sign the paper and the labor rights sign the paper.
And you say you're not signing it?
Me not sign on.
He was here?
No.
So how you know him sign the paper?
Because I look on the paper. And I see where his scrutineer sign the paper.
Okay. If that is the case, then that also is an issue of greater concern, because as it stands here in Northeast Centre, there are many people who believe that the EOJ in Northeast Centre has been very sympathetic and biased to the cause of the Jamaica Labour Party. And so, an allegation like this would, make it even more convincing, this allegation that the JLP, the EOJ is biased to the JLP, if Mr. Samuda did indeed receive 6 visits, because the law requires only 3 visits. so that especially for a transfer, whether transfer or new additions, the law requires 3 visits. And if after 3 visits the person is not found or cannot be verified, then they are called in for a sit-in. Our verifier has gone there. He said he has gone there at least 3 times, and there were 3 times that he was not able to attend, but he knew that they would have gone there. And one of the times when he would have gone and seen Mr. Samuda there, he refused to sign the form because he was convinced that this was not the home of Mr. Samuda. He knows the owner of the house, he knows the occupants of the house, and he knew that Mr. Samuda does not reside there. However, he insists that Mr. Samuda would have received 6 visits from the EOJ, and if that is the case, then something is fundamentally wrong and needs to be investigated. So at this point, I'm calling upon Mr. Samuda to come forward and address this matter. If he believes that there is no truthfulness to it, then I'm asking him to come forward and address it and clear up this issue of falsifying his address and attempting to defraud and deceive the Electoral Office of Jamaica, which is a breach of the law. Secondly, I am calling on the Electoral Office of Jamaica, the Director of Elections, and the returning officer in Northeast Centre to clarify this matter of 6 visits being given to Mr. Samuda, because that for us would be preferential treatment and would be inconsistent with the law.
Here is a People's National Party caretaker candidate exposing in public the crime or the election fraud of a sitting senator, something which violates our election law. Everybody silent in a media land, barring vloggers. The amazing and alarming thing, though, the People's National Party is rather silent. Remember where when they conjure up the story about Mark Golding's citizenship, almost every JLP run out and take a lick off of Mark Golding. Do you remember? Now, here is a sitting senator. Here is a sitting senator breaking the law, being exposed by a JLP caretaker candidate. PNP hide behind stone. Me not see them run come out, come take a lick off for Matthew. Me not see nobody run come out, come call for Matthew immediate resignation. That a legislator, we can't have somebody in our legislature will commit election fraud. Me not hear nobody talk about in white alignment, in British alignment, in cultural alignment, in heritage alignment, in alignment to the crown. The thiefness we inherit and the crookedness we inherit from the slave master, them were mama and papa. I don't hear nobody talk. Oh, I'm not so silent. Make we whisper. I'm not so silent, PNP. I wonder if anything in a phone or closet where they do me just go swing. So shut up. And the things them in our closet start roll out because not that they keep them up. I wonder. To two-leggy in a bed. I wonder if them are 88. Two fat lady, as you would say in bingo. No can't criticize one another. No can't talk about one another. No can't advise one another. Why is the PNP so? We know why media is silent. Come on. It's the poster boy. It's the JLP poster boy. We don't have to wonder why media hosts silent. The wonder is, why is the People's National Party so silent? And what I call gerrymandering. I call that a form of gerrymandering because you cannot remove the boundary. So you do the voters shifting. Thank Creators Universe. You do the boundary shifting if you can't do the same thing there. If you can't do the boundary, you do the voters shifting. How much of this goes on during our election? How much of this Andrew and his team is going around the country? How much gerrymandering is the Prime Minister going around the country doing at the moment? And how many fraud the Electoral Commission of Jamaica is assisting the Prime Minister in doing at the moment across the country in order to win the election? I just wonder. But I do wonder why the People's National Party, and such an important matter, in an election year where gerrymandering and election fraud is taking place, why is the People's National Party silent? Is your hand in the cookie jar? Everybody run out with you and take a lick off of Mark Golden. Didn't violate our law. It wasn't a political issue. It wasn't a moral issue. But everybody run out and take a lick off of Mark Golden. Bribes take place in that is not exposed. Well, it can now fear to say the way how Gospel or whatever I'm called, Gospel Brown, conducted himself during the local government election result. Was there fraudulent activity going on during that time? And was he muzzled or was he paid? Too much. This is why I tell on us, Mark Golden them have to be more robust. They are working against a deadly and crooked machine. Them have the media machine, them have the money, them have mainstream media in a them pocket. Without the support of vloggers on social media, the PNP doom in a media land. That's why I have to respect vloggers. Because they all know, do not run out on this story. And a ungo we save problem with it. Do not come out on the loan. A ungo we save problem with it. Uno now come out on the lack of assistance Jamaica people get. And we run with it every day. But why are the People's National Party so silent in a time, when so much is happening to the people of Jamaica, in a time when our political atmosphere is so topsy-turvy, illicit enrichment, election fraud, Tivoli Badman a shoot fraudulent sergeant in a police station. A whole heap of political capital them there, you know. But if your hands in the cookie jar, hey, if your hands in the cookie jar, how much are you going to say? How much are you going to say if no better herring, no better baron? Hold on a trickery, hold on a criminal, hold on a play with we. Why is the People National Party so silent? I may go to bed and left the People National Party, everybody to ponder on that. Why is Mark Golden and his team so silent? One of you, it would be beyond me to see that one of Mark Golden's chosen candidate for the next general election would have come out with such a sweeping allegation without passing it by the People's National Party executive team first. So it's well aware of the top of his investigation and that he will be going public. Why? Oh, why is the People's National Party still so silent? Thank you very much for being here with us tonight. I hope you can ask the question on your social media why nobody's talking about Matthew Samoda election fraud. Why is nobody talking about Matthew Samoda election fraud? Good night from Global TV.